Good morning. Out here, excuse me, out here near St. Louis, Missouri. It's really cold this morning. I didn't sleep perfectly, but it wasn't bad. Got lots of blankets to sleep on, cover up with. Plus I got a sleeping bag I already put up. It's up in my overhead over there underneath my Missouri pillow. And with my dog today, I'll show you in a minute. But anyway, we're down here by the river. It's cold though. It's like 40 degrees. And I got two shirts on and I got a fuzzy one on, and a pair of leggings, but my hands are cold. But it's my first time on camera. Don't really like to be on camera, as you know, you've seen. And you've seen the bad videos I put out, which are really bad. But, you know, it's life. Not everybody's perfect. And I'm just going to sit down here and try to relax. Debating on whether to just, excuse me, go ahead and leave this cold weather and go to south somewhere. I don't know, Arizona. I don't think Florida's a good idea because everybody goes to Florida. I know everybody goes to Arizona too, but I think a lot of people, a lot of older people, I mean, not that I'm young because I'm not, I'm almost 60, but a lot of older people go to Florida because they either got mobile homes down there or they take their big Class C RVs, which I don't have. Probably can't afford to drive. Anyway, they all go to Florida. And that's why I'm debating having some problems with my solar batteries. I have two of them. I have two EcoFlows, and one of them isn't even 2 years old. I'm just kind of irritated because it ran down really fast yesterday. It was charged 99%. And within a couple hours, it was down to 0. Why? I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. I'm going to try recharging it somewhere. And I'm just going to say right now, don't recommend EcoFlow. Like I said, and I spent a lot of money on them too, because I got them before they started going cheap. I've got one that's like 1,000 watts, and then I got one that's like 750 watts. So I got a lot of power, but they just don't seem to be holding the charge. I don't understand why. So this morning, it was so cold, I just went and grabbed a biscuit and got my puppy dog a piece of sausage. It's not time for her to eat, but if I eat in front of her, it's a problem. And just kind of chilling out here. I'm going to have to turn you around so you can see how pretty it looks. It's dreary and brown. That's one reason I want to leave. But it's dreary, brown, and cold. And you can hear there's a dude sitting next to me, but look. Look, there's the river. Now, you want to see shadow? This is the problem. This is why I really haven't left, because having to take her isn't the problem. It's her. She does not want to sit down or lay down while I'm driving. And there she is. Hey, Shadow. She's neurotic. I don't see what the problem. Here's what the whole problem is with her. She's probably about 10, which isn't the problem because she's in really good shape. I feed her really good food. Sometimes I make her dog food. Sometimes I do feed her a commercial dog food. But the problem is when she's from Texas, and they shipped her to Missouri in a crate, in a van, on a long trip from San Antonio. She does not like to ride now. she hates it. I've tried everything. I've taken her to the vet. I've tried to get her, medication for it, but she just can't do it. I even tried those little calming neck things that you put on when it's like supposed to have pheromones. Didn't work. Nothing seems to work. And I just don't know what to do. I'm at a loss. I've tried everything. At one point, I actually tethered her to the bed. She chewed through the leash. Everything I've done, I mean, she's really strong too. I mean, she pulls me. And I don't know. I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. I don't want to leave her. Frankly, I can't do it. I just can't leave her. I just cannot leave her. Every time I get away from her, it just kills me, even for a day. Yesterday, I was gone for a day, left her somewhere, and went to my brother's surprise birthday party in Kansas City. Long drive. It was fun, but, the whole time, she's on my mind. I'm thinking, is she okay? She likes to jump fences. A dog can jump 6-foot fence. I mean, she's huge. And she's a jumper, and she's a climber, and she's a chaser. She chases things and kills them because it's part of her nature, But anyway, I'm going to try to decide in the next few days. I know Thanksgiving is just a few days away. I was supposed to go north and see my niece that's in from Texas. I don't know if I'm going to. I don't know. Because I can't take her again because they have a cat. And she'd eat the cat. She'd eat a chicken. She's almost had a chicken for dinner one day. Any place you go, I have to keep her tied up, which really isn't a problem because she likes to lay and look. But it's if something wild comes around, that's where the problem lies. She just, I don't know, she just doesn't get along with other animals. She's okay with male dogs, but if they're a female, there might be a problem. Males, she's cool with males. Females, no. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if she can. I guess they can. That's what they use. They use their nose. They can smell it. But here she is again. Look. Looking for something. And who is it? And she stops. Thank God I got her tied up, because if I didn't, she'd be gone by now. I've had her since 2016. And in that time, I haven't completely been into a vehicle. And there's places that I've stayed with people, but I can't bring myself to leave her. I just can't. And I can't let somebody else adopt her because she has problems. She has problems. She has separation anxiety, and a lot of people can't deal with the separation anxiety. I deal with it. Boy, my hair looks lovely today. Excuse me. I can deal with it. I've always saved animals from, I call it from doom. I've either found them on the road. I found when I was at least 16, because I was working at a little restaurant in this tiny town. And this little bitty cat, the cat wasn't no bigger than the palm of my hand. It was little. So I thought, you know what? I'm taking it home. I've always taken animals home. I took home two German Shepherds one time that were puppies, and Mom was killing them. And they were just going to let them die. Either you take them or they're going to die. So I took them. So I took those home. Mom wasn't happy with me, but I took care of them. I raised them on a bottle. Then that's when I found a cat kitten. Like I said, she couldn't have weighed 6, 7, 8 ounces. Tiny little thing. And I took her home, hid her from my mom. I'll never forget this. It's so funny. Hid her from my mom. And at the time we lived way out in the boonies in an old trailer. It's me, my sister, and my mom and dad. It was out in the country, 5 miles down Grove Road, you know. It was way out there. But I came home from work and I brought that cat with me and I took it into my sister's room to hide it. Well, I had gotten a little bowl of milk for it and it was doing great. It was drinking that milk, you know, everything was great. And the next thing you know, about 2 days later, here comes that little kitten walking down the hallway of the trailer we lived in. And my mom literally blew blew her a gasket and took that cat outside. And like I said, this was an older trailer. It was so funny. The cat somehow got underneath it, crawled up through a hole by the stove and got back inside and she took it back outside. The cat did the same thing again. Ended up keeping the cat, and it was so nasty and little and raunchy looking little cat. My mom named it Shitty Kitty. Shitty Kitty. So she had that Shitty Kitty for 20 years. That cat ended up being her cat, you know. So that was one of the first ones I drug home. And then I grew up. I went to college for 2 years, dropped out, came home, and then I met someone, and I was working at a gas station at the time because I didn't have quite my associate's degree. And I met somebody, and we got married. I was 22, maybe 22, 21, 22. I don't remember. It's like 1986, 87, way back in the day. That's way back in the day for me. And we got married, and he had his parents. His dad was an attorney, and they had a really nice big house out in the country. And we were over there. They had a pool. And I'm sitting there, and this cat shows up. Didn't know where the cat came from, but I took the cat. That was the downfall of my marriage right there. That's when it started. I took the cat, named her Murphy. Ended up getting another cat, a Siamese cat. And I left after about 1.5 years of marriage. I left, wasn't working. Took the cat with me to my parents' house. Oh my God. I was always dragging something home. But anyway, so they kept Murphy for me, and then I got another job and moved to down closer to St. Charles, Missouri. And somebody advertised for a cat on the internet. No, not on internet. Where was it? Thrifty Nickel? Somehow, yeah, I think it was Thrifty Nickel. I see it said free cat. And that was out in Forestdale, Missouri. So I went and picked this cat up. And I went in to meet it. And she said she couldn't take it with her because they were moving to another state to live with her husband's dad. And she said, this cat doesn't like anybody. Cat does not like anybody. Well, the minute I sat down, the cat was on my lap. She's like, I think it was meant to be. So I took that cat and ended up falling in love with someone. It still breaks my heart to think about it, but I fell in love with him. And I thought we were going to be together forever. But this is really hard. Probably too much information here, but I got pregnant, and I decided to go ahead with the pregnancy, and I loved that baby. But after he found out I was pregnant, even though I thought we had something together, he left. And I was me and my cat and the baby inside me. And I was scared because I had to tell my parents what had happened. And at this point, I was 25 years old, 25. And I moved back home. I didn't tell, the only one knew was my sister. And, whoops, I moved back home. It was terrible because my parents were old-fashioned and they were not happy. And my dad's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna pay for it? What are you gonna do? You know, you don't have a job. Well, yeah, because I lost my job. And because the minute they found out I was pregnant, somehow they found out I was pregnant, they let me go. But I made it. I found a way. And I made it. And I gave birth to a 10-pound, 10-ounce baby boy. I love that kid. I still, to this day, I think about when he was a baby. You know, you're a mom. People that are moms out there, you know what I'm talking about. It's like part of your heart will always, no matter what, be with that child. He's grown now, 33 years old, and he's getting married next September here in Missouri. That's another reason why I haven't left, because of him. But he's done really well for himself. When he turned 21, he bought his first house. He's working for a company now that he didn't go to college because he spent a lot of time with my dad, and my dad always rebuilt. He rebuilt antique tractors. When my dad passed, he had 57 of them, or 58, somewhere way up there. And we had those. He helped my dad rebuild. He still has one of my dad's tractors. We had to sell them all, but he had one that he built that belonged to him. It was his tractor. So, it's been a tough life, but it's my life. It's my story. Things happen in your life, and sometimes you look back and you think about the mistakes you made. Like I thought it was at the time. I thought, oh my God, that's the biggest mistake I've ever done. I got myself pregnant, even though I wasn't the only one there. But now, you look at your kids. And when you're fathers too, I'm sure go through the same thing. But I think for a mother, when you're carrying that child in your stomach and you're feeling it kick and you give birth to it. I had to have a C-section, but when you give birth to it and you hear that first cry, immediately, you're a mom. I have to take care of this other person. And I don't know, it's hard. I don't want to cry because I think about the things that I went through. And his dad's never seen him. Never wanted to see him until I took him to court to get child support. And then all of a sudden he wanted to see him because I wanted to get child support. I kind of think he was trying to make it where, if you want child support, I'm going to see him. He'd never seen him. Never seen him. Kid did not know him from Adam. And he would call my parents' house. That was while I was still living there, because Brandon, let's see, how old was, his name is Brandon, and I think he was 3, and we moved out, and I moved into somebody else's trailer. Big mistake. Big mistake. Out in the country, lots of mice. That's all I'm saying. Big mistake. Oh, we didn't stay there long. And I moved to another town and got an apartment. I was working at a sheriff's department, and which was a good job. I would still be there if there wasn't circumstances behind it, but anyway, so he never had seen him, and then I met somebody, and it was really sad. One day we were driving down to his place, and here is this 7-year-old boy in the car with me asking me, why the dad that I don't see? Why does he even love me? Why doesn't he want to see me? Can you imagine sitting there? These people, I mean, yeah, I didn't realize it, but I have 2 genetic blood disorders. And I'm even lucky that Brandon's here, because apparently people that have these blood disorders can't have kids. So Brandon, it's my miracle, you know? And it's just extremely hard trying to answer that question. And I said, he doesn't know you, so he doesn't know how to love you. And I left it at that. And it was never brought up again until about 25 years later. But he's doing good, and I'm proud of him. But now I'm thinking, you know, I got my dog, and I want to move on somewhere, you know. So I'm thinking I got to get some work done on the van. I got to get new spark plugs and new wires. And then I can't get that done until the middle of December, because my son's going to do it, but he's busy every weekend until then. So I got the spark plugs ordered. Now I got to get the wires. And then I'll be ready to have those changed, and I will be ready to go. I got to get out of here for a while. I feel like I'm lost. You know, I'm sure plenty of you guys out there that are in vans sometimes feel like you're lost, and what are you doing, you know? Life can be hard. Life can be hard. But you deal, you move on, and you just pray for a better day. I did find something cool I know there's a lot of people out there that aren't religious, but I am, and I found something really cool. Let me show you. I found it at Goodwill, of all places. And I went there. I paid $4.67 for this. I got to find a place to hang it. But I found this, and I got to find a place to hang it. I'm not sure where to put it, because the only thing I can think of is if I put something, if you can see right there, and I'm going to hang it there, I think, unless I can find a better place, because there's really no wood in here to put a nail in or anything, or a screw. Well, I mean, I got my cabinets that are in here, but this one's plastic, so I can just maybe put some kind of hook on there. I've got some hooks. I just got to find them. I don't know what I did with them, but got a lot of stuff in here. But I got to get some clothes out of storage. It's chilly, and get some laundry done. Finish getting the engine things taken care of, and I'll be ready to go. As I moved, took out the seat. Dog didn't sit in it, so I took out the seat and moved my cabinet up here. And let me show you. I'll show you how I can cram things into anything. I'll open my cabinet. This is embarrassing, but I'm going to open my cabinet so you can see it. Look, check this out. Okay. If you want it, I got it. I don't even drink coffee, but I have a coffee press because I put tea bags down here and then put the hot water in, and then I press it down, and then it makes it so I don't have the tea bags soaking in there. You know, I don't like that. But then I got little choppers and my little mug. Let's see what this one says, because I got a couple mugs. Oh. There we go. I don't need a cabin. I have a van. Isn't that fun? But, you know, I got lots of stuff. Mina, she had these pots and pans, and the little handle comes off. I love it. This I haven't used. It's rusty. It's a cast iron. But yeah, I cram a lot of stuff in a little place. Too much stuff. I guess I'd be considered a van hoarder. But anyway, I haven't done a video in a long time, and I thought, you know, I'm gonna go enjoy the river for a while and do a small video. It's already 25 minutes long. It's too long now, and I don't know how to edit, so here we are. Another long video, unedited, and probably really bad. But okay, I'm glad you guys listened to my silly stories, because I have more. I have some crazy stories to tell you about different things. That one wasn't really crazy. That one's more of a emotional type story, but I have some silly things that I've either seen or done, and it's just kind of, I don't know, I kind of want to do it because I'd like to write it down for my kids, but I think putting it on video and putting it in your own words on video without editing, or, you know, if you do a book or something or write whatever, oh God, look at that. You gotta edit and go back and retype. I tried starting it. Oh, sometime I want to tell you about my dad. He's my best friend. He's not here no more, but whole nother story. Another day, another story. But anyway, I'm going to show you the river one more time before I get off here. Looky there. Isn't it nice? I have seen some eagles a couple days ago. About a week ago, I guess. I was on the road going north to Warrenton, Missouri for a while, and come across this like flat area, and I just happened to look over, and I can't believe my eyes. I mean, here it is. It was it October? Beginning of November, and there was 4 eagles in a field right after the election, of all things. There was 4 eagles in the field, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it. So I got to turn around. Got to turn around and got back down into this driveway that I could pull in where the eagles were, and 3 of them took off, but 1 stayed. I tell you what, I know it's a national bird, but I tell you what, those things are amazing. And why they are here in October, I have no idea. I mean, it was still warm out. Or it wasn't October, beginning of November. It was still kind of warm out. It wasn't even cold. But it was chilly. The wind was blowing pretty good. But I couldn't believe there's 4 eagles in this field, and I couldn't have been 1,000 feet from them. And the one just sat there and just turned his head and looked at me like this. And I thought, oh my God, it just gives you the chills, you know, when you, because what it stands for, you know, it stands for freedom. It stands for so much, and it means a lot to Americans, you know. I know it's silly, it's just a bird, but it stands for freedom, and that's what we have here in America. We have freedom. Freedom to do what we want, freedom to see what we want, freedom to say what we want. It's all about the freedom. A lot of places don't have it. A lot of places have rules. I mean, in Japan, you have to weigh a certain amount. They check your weight. And what you weigh, I think, from what I understand, is how your insurance is rated, your health insurance or something. I don't know. It has something to do with your weight. I remember hearing about it, you know, and you go to China, or you go to Afghanistan, or you go to wherever you go, they don't have the freedom we have, you know. But anyway, that's enough crap for the day. Enough crap. That's what it is. All this has been just a bunch of stuff. But anyway, you guys have an awesome day, and hopefully this is on a nice cold Sunday. Hopefully by tonight or tomorrow, or the next day, I'll have this up for you guys to watch. And I really would enjoy some input from anybody. You know, anybody that's been through something. I like to see other people's stories. I like to read stories about what people have done, seen, the trials they've been through, the things they've accomplished. You know, I find it really interesting, and I hope you guys do too, because I'll probably have some more stories like this. Only the next stories I'm going to tell, there might be some funny ones, things that, crazy things that I did when I was young with some of my girlfriends. Stuff we used to do is I'm not even going to get there right now. I'm going to save it for another time because it's funny, it's embarrassing, and I was young. Real young, like 18, 19, 7, I don't even remember. But anyway, we'll leave that for another day. But I hope you guys have a great Sunday and a great week. Thanksgiving's coming. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Go be with your families if you have them. If not, be with yourself and have fun doing something. Cook something over, kick some chicken over a fire and pretend that it's turkey. You can still make a turkey dinner in your van. It just takes a little thinking on how to do it, but it can still be done. You can go get some turkey slices, some thick turkey sliced lunch meat, which they have like real breast lunch meat. You can get some of that. You can get a jar of gravy. You can go to Dollar Tree and they've got dressing mix, and they got gravy, and you know, they got everything you need. Cranberry, you could get some green beans. I mean, you could still buy a piece of pumpkin pie, Bob Evans or somewhere. You know, you don't have to have a whole pie. There's a way to get around not having a way to cook a big turkey. Plenty of ways, and a lot of churches too. There's churches around here that I've seen in the local newspaper that I picked up that are having turkey dinner. You can pay, I think it's $18, and you get turkey and dressing and green beans and different casseroles. And I don't like sweet potatoes. I've never tasted them. I might try them someday, but got a lot of sugar in them. And they got pies and rolls and everything. It's $18. So that's not a bad price. And I think that's for a plate, to-go plate. I think that's how it works. I don't know. I haven't been for a while. I don't remember. But there's ways around if you can't make a turkey dinner, especially if you're in a vehicle. It's hard. But there's ways that you can do it. And even if you're by yourself, you can still be happy. It just takes, you can find things to do. You could watch a movie, cook your turkey dinner. Like I said, you can go get from Walmart or whatever place has lunch meat and get you some thick sliced turkey. And cook it up with some gravy on it. I don't think I'm doing that this year though. But, all right, we're at 33 minutes and 7 seconds. I am done. That's all she wrote for today. And I'll try to get back on maybe this week and tell another story. Oh, the next time I tell a story, I'm going to try to tell a funny one. No more of this emotional stuff, because I have lots of emotional baggage. But this story will be good. Because everybody's done crazy things in their young lives, I hope. And I hope to hear about some of yours. So everybody have a great day, great week, and happy holidays. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.